These snacks are so good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, SimplyRhi, and today I am reliving my vidcon experience from last year since it's nearly been a whole year since that weekend. So as you can see, I have some delicious snacks in front of me. It's kind of going to be a little bit of like a mukbang, but you know, we'll see how we go. I have a lot of talking to do. So grab your own snacks, sit back, and let's relive the last good memory I have of 2020 actually. Let's go. So last year, it was February 22nd and 23rd. It was my first VidCon experience ever. I wasn't even sure that I was going to go. I just randomly bought the tickets. And about 3 months prior to it actually happening, you had to go online and apply for like the meet and greet lottery, which is probably the main reason that everyone wants to go anyway. Essentially, they have a big list of all the creators that are doing meet and greets. You go on and you pick, like you rank them all as to who are your favorites and who you want to see the most. So that's what I did, and my top 3 were Sam and Colby and Jake and Corey, Kian and JC, and also Ryan, Shane and Steven from BuzzFeed Unsolved. Incredible. And somehow I was lucky enough to get all 3 of them. So straight away I was like cheering, I was ready to go. Now that I had like my top 3 ready to go, I was like the most excited person in the whole world. Glenn and I had to get up really early because the Excel Centre is so far away. Like East London, so far away from where I am. So we had to get up at 6 AM, book an Uber and drive all the way there. Once we got there, the check-in was really easy. We picked up our super sick lanyards. We had our little names written on them and they gave us a map and pretty much told us where everything was. But the Excel Centre is huge. It had like 3 levels. It had all these different conference rooms where people were doing Q&As and like podcast things and like creator interviews. So we just spent like the first 30 minutes just staring at this map like I have no idea where anything is. And to be honest, I was kind of intimidated because like it was my first time there. I didn't really know anyone, well I didn't know anyone other than Glenn, so I was just like so excited. And then he was there just kind of like taking pictures of me, and yeah, he was like the biggest support that weekend. I was like shaking in my boots all day. I was also watching all of everyone else's meet and greets because I had never been to a meet and greet before in my life, so I don't really know how to act. And it was actually so wholesome because everyone was so excited to meet their faves, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Honestly, before I knew it, it was my time to like line up for the meet and greet for Sam, Colby, Jake and Corey. Cannot even describe the amount of people in that line. It was insane. Also, if you don't know who I'm talking about Sam Goldbach, Colby Brock, Jake Weber and Corey Scherer. Like, you know, my ultimate faves. I just love them. And it was crazy in that line. People were freaking out. I was so nervous. I was just staying there like the whole time. I didn't even say a word. I was genuinely freaking out. I had this plan like all set up. I was gonna get a cute picture. I was gonna take a video for my friend May. I was like so ready to have this all planned out. I've been thinking about it for literal months at this point. And then the more that we're standing there watching, I noticed how like snappy and like almost kind of rude the organizers and the photographers were, and I was like genuinely scared. They started like snapping at people for taking too long. They'd let you like have enough time to hug them all, probably say like 1 word, and then they'd be like,
alright, go to your spot, like let's take the picture.
And kind of just put like a stressful vibe over the situation. Like you could tell that everyone there was genuinely happy to be meeting their fans, and then those people are just standing there like barking orders. I don't know. It was like more nerve-wracking than I thought it was going to be. All of them were looking incredible. We knew this was going to happen, but it just made it all the more surreal. Like I couldn't believe I was literally standing there. Sam looking amazing, looking like a highlighter. Colby in his friggin' leather jacket, like stop that. Also, Jake is so tall, it's actually terrifying. And Corey was the cutest ever. So I'm standing there, I'm all ready to go. Glenn's staying there, he's got like his phone, and I'm trying to set up my voice memo so I can record the whole thing. And then, you know, I'm trying to get him to take pictures, and he also wants to film it, and I'm like freaking out. I literally dragged this poor kid out of bed at like 6 AM, shoved him into the Uber and said like, let's go to this convention where none of these people you actually know. But anyway, it was fine, it was great. So I wrote a little letter to them all, and the organizers had this big box like before you went and got your photo taken, and they were putting all the gifts in there. And I just remember looking at that box like, that's never going to get to them, is it? So I took my letter, shoved it in my pocket, and then I was waiting to go, and I'm just like awkwardly standing there waiting for them to be like, you know, come over. So I did. The very first thing I did was run up to Colby because he was there first, and I like shoved this letter like into him, and I was like, please take this before the organizers yell at me. And he had a little laugh and he was like, yeah, sure. Put it in his jacket pocket. Oh my god. And then, you know, I gave them all a hug. They were all really sweet, and for some reason I was like mind blown at how strong their American accent was, and for some unknown reason I decided to say that out loud. So anyway, Jake was kind of like, what did you expect us to sound like, lol? And I said something stupid like, oh, you know, it's some kind of conspiracy. I don't know what I was thinking. All right guys, I was nervous, I was sweating, I was a mess. Anyway, I told them how I just turned 21, so of course like they were really sweet about it. They all wished me happy birthday, whatever, and they were like, oh, let's throw a party for you. I was like, yeah, I will be there. So I'm sitting there and I'm like chatting to them all, and I'm like, you know, still freaking out because it's weird, and like hearing them say my name was the weirdest thing ever, especially with their like little accent. And then I'm like standing in the middle like ready to take my photo, and Colby leans over and he's like, shots? And I was like, yeah, like tell me the time and place, buddy, like I'll be there. So that was so exciting, and that was really cute. I thought that was really sweet. Never took me up on that offer, but I'm gonna remind him and he owes me a shot. So we took a really cute picture, and I really like it. You can kind of see like I'm kind of terrified and also really happy to be here. So we took that, and I just pretty much grabbed my shit. The people were like, you need to leave. So I dipped really quickly, and then I freaked out for about an hour afterwards. It's so exciting. But yeah, they were all really sweet. They all smelled great, and you can tell that they're like genuinely really happy to be there and meeting everyone. Like it was really sweet. And then guys, about an hour later, Lynn and I were just like going around the place, like on the escalators. I look at who's in front of me on the escalator, and it's Anderson Webb, and I'm like, this is crazy. I didn't really actually know that he was going to be there as well. And like they weren't doing meet and greets, things like that. I was so excited. I was freaking out, and I was like, I've never approached someone and asked them for a photo before. And then I saw these other girls were going up and asking for a picture. So I did, and I was so, this is just so embarrassing, like 21-year-old adult me. I go up to him and we're just like chatting. It was really like cool, chill about it. I forgot my own name. I'm talking to him and I said my name was Rihanna. My whole life has been spent correcting people on how to say my name, and I go up to Anderson Webb and I tell him my name is Rihanna. Oh my god. Anyway, we took a really cute picture. He was really chill and super sweet about it, and it was actually really cool to meet him. Also, I'll never live that down. Like, I can't believe I said the wrong name. So the rest of the day was kind of just spent like wandering around that like convention bit. There was this group of like, it was like emo One Direction. These like a group of guys, they were all clearly TikTokers, but I have no idea of any TikTokers. So they're all like standing in their group, they're all like filming TikToks, whatever, and all of these like really young girls were standing around them just screaming, and they were like filming these TikToks about getting mobbed and stuff. It was just really funny to me because like I really felt like I was so old. I had no idea who any of these people were. I was just standing there like, cool. I actually remember saying to Glenn, like, there's so many more TikTok creators than YouTube creators here. Like, it was blowing my mind. I mean, I guess it was kind of good for everyone that's like big fans of TikTokers, but it kind of wasn't really what I was expecting. After that, we went and watched like a couple Q&As. We ended up watching like the premiere of Tana Mojo's like weird reality show. And then yeah, we just decided to like pack it up because we were exhausted. So the following day was like a huge day for me. It was the 2 meet and greets and also a Q&A in the morning. So again, 6 a.m. trying to do my makeup and look somewhat presentable. So in the morning it was a Q&A with Sam, Colby, Jake and Corey. I actually read out my question, which I was so excited about. I was like, oh my god, I'm right here. So that was already a really good start to the day. And then next was my meet and greet with Kian and JC. I was so nervous for this one just because like, again, so many supporters in that line. I was freaking out. So I decided to kind of hang back back towards the end of the queue because one, I was really anxious, and two, like I just needed more time to prepare because the day before I was freaking out for so long. I didn't want to say stupid things again, you know. So I just kind of took my time and like chilled out a little bit. So yeah, like I'm standing there, I'm like sweating to death because I'm so scared. And then I look like in the queue in front of me, like for the meet and greet, and I look and there's like 3 of my friends from Twitter, and I was so excited. I was also really nervous because I was like, what if they didn't know who I am? What if I like introduce myself and they're like, oh, who are you? I finally like worked up the courage. I went over there and it was so good to like see people that I somewhat knew and like calm myself down a little bit. So Leia, so Rach, if you're watching this, I don't know if you will, but I miss you guys, and it was such a good part of my day to see you guys there, and I'm so thankful for it. And also your picture was really, really cute. I said hello to them, I went back into the queue and watched them take their picture, and then, you know, then I'm like, oh my god, like it's me, I don't want to mess it up, I don't want to be weird. So standing there, and like again, the organizers, the photographers are like, get in your pose, like let's go, get out of here. And I brought my Polaroid camera with me this time because I really wanted to yesterday, but I just completely forgot, and it's against the rules, but I was like, look, I'm just gonna try my luck here. So again, I had my voice memos on my phone, and I had Glenn standing there with like his phone and the Polaroid camera, bless his soul. And then it's my turn to go and give JC a hug. JC gives the best hugs, bro. It was so nice. And then Kian was like standing there being all sweet and like hearing he was trying to say my name, bless him. But yeah, it was so freaking cute. And again, just seeing them and like how excited they were to see everyone was like adorable. And it just makes you feel so much more calm. And yeah, they were super cool. We chatted for a bit. Again, like they said happy birthday to me. That was amazing. And then they were like, oh, so how do you want to take a picture? And I was like, oh, can we get a group hug with, you know, like me in the middle? And they were like, yeah, of course, of course. So we did that, we took the photos, and I think out of the whole weekend, these were my favorite photos. There's one photo of me saying hi to JC, and Kian just looks like a meme, like bless his soul, but look at that guy, he's not paying attention. But yeah, the way that those photos came out, I was really, really happy. And then afterwards, I turned to Glenn, because like there wasn't really that many people left in the queue, like I said, I was at the end. I turned to Glenn and I'm like, take a Polaroid, and the organizers are like, no, you're not allowed. And I just kind of looked at them and I was like, okay. And I looked back at Glenn and I was like, take the Polaroid. So Glenn's just standing there like, oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. And the like organizers and people are getting mad, and Keen and JC are just there like. So then I turn to Glenn and I'm like, okay, let's take the Polaroid, and like they pose, whatever, and they take it. And then I'm quickly like, thank you guys so much, like, all right, I'm gonna go now, because they were just getting so antsy. And then they give you the little card to like look up how your picture turns out at the end. And I remember sitting outside the Excel Center, and we're sitting in like this kind of parking lot bit, and I'm trying to scan the code to get my pictures, and they just weren't coming up. And I was like, oh my god, because I break the rules, like they're just not going to release my pictures. I was so scared, I almost cried. No joke, maybe I did cry, I can't remember. So then I'm like, oh, you know, like whatever, at least I have the Polaroid. I look at the Polaroid, the whole thing is pretty much black. You can see about this much of me, this much of JC, and like none of Kian. So anyway, I almost died when I saw that. I was like, we just had the best weekend of my life, and I don't have any pictures from this great moment. So here it is. Awful. So yeah, anyway, then after like being sad about it for a while, it just became a meme. So I still have the Polaroid like stuck on my wall at home because like it's so funny, it's literally just pitch black. And then, you know, after like an hour, I finally got my photos. It was such a relief. I fully thought that they just hated me so much that they were like, you know what? Screw her, she's not getting any meet and greet photos. Yeah, so honestly, if that's not karma, like I don't know what is. And then it was my last meet and greet with Ryan, Shane and Steven from BuzzFeed Unsolved. So this was really, really exciting for me. And also it was such a different dynamic in terms of the meet and greet because there weren't like hundreds of screaming teenage girls there. So it was much more chilled, really laid back, and we got like extra time to like actually chat with them. And Ryan, oh my god, he was wearing this really cute Paddington t-shirt. I almost cried, like honest to god. So I went up there, gave them all a hug, like we had a good chat. I actually took a video with Shane for my friend Haley because she's like the only other person I know that watches BuzzFeed Unsolved. So I took a video for her because like with the two of us, she's very much the Shane, like none of this is real. I'm the Ryan. I'm like, I hear one noise and I'm like, it's a spirit, oh my god. So that was really fun. They were really sweet about it, and yeah, again, I was like so nervous. I'd never done anything like this before, but the video turned out really well, and I'm just gonna put some clips at the end rather than just like putting it in between. Also, the phone that I used at vidcon and took all of my voice memos on broke. So unfortunately I can't put them in. It was just like chill conversations. It was really nice. And again, like everyone was just so happy to be there. It was really cute. So yeah, we just hung around a bit afterwards and like saw all the things that we didn't see before. And then randomly like Tana Mojo and Amari and Ashley were like all behind us. And we just stood there and watched her get mobbed in like a minute. It was wild. After that, like they did their big like closing ceremony thing. We didn't actually go to that because we were meeting some friends afterwards, but like everything I heard, you know, it was great. Seeing all the creators there was really cool. And also we were dead tired. Like this was a big weekend for me, and it was full of so many emotions. Like I was so anxious, but I was so happy, you know, and then I was sad that it ended, but I'm so thankful that I got to go. And it was like a few weeks later COVID was a thing, and then everything was just gone. But it was genuinely one of the best weekends ever. Again, one of my favorite memories from living overseas and just being in London in general. It was sick. So essentially that was my weekend. It was incredible. I was so thankful to have Glenn there helping me with everything, and you know, to be my photographer. And I hope one day that I can go again, maybe like the one in America, because that would be insane. It was genuinely one of the best weekends ever, meeting everyone, seeing these creators that I never thought I would see in real life, and seeing my friends. It was just so great. But anyway, I've done enough talking. I'm gonna snack some more and then I'll see you guys for the outro. Okay, now that I'm officially full, I did my best. I couldn't clear it all, guys. I'm really sorry. Hit that like button if you did genuinely enjoy this video. I know I did. It was really fun to relive all of this with you guys. And if you were there that weekend, drop a comment. Let me know what your stories were. I love hearing everyone's experiences, meeting their faves. And lastly, if you haven't subscribed, why not? I know that 98% of you watching my videos aren't subscribed, so get on that. Anyway, I will see you guys next week for another video. Have a good week. Bye.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Sweet. Hi, oh my god, sorry.
Hello, hi.
I didn't wait for you to ask me.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
Hi, Rhiannon.
Rhiannon.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I was wondering, I have a Shane to my Ryan. Her name is Hayley, but she's not here.
Oh, yeah.
Would you be able to do a quick
Of course,
message?
yeah. Haley, very sad you're not here. Steven's heartbroken. And look at Ryan over here.
Ryan has the cutest shirt.